Hello, beautiful friends. Victoria here, your go to business and success coach, bringing in all of the tips and tricks to help you uplevel your business and your personal life. I had a couple requests to take it a step back regarding Canva and to really do more of a general overview brass tacks type of a video for someone who may not be familiar with this platform. So, if you've already been using Canva for a while and you know some of the ins and outs of it, this video is not for you. Skip to the next one. So I'm really going to be taking it down to the basics, getting into some of the editing tools, and some of the things that you can do with Canva because, like I've said in the past, if you know anything about me and my business, you know that I am all about that Canva game. I have been using Canva probably since 2015, 2016. So quite a while. It has helped me in numerous businesses that I have had in either, creating promotional material for it, definitely social media content creation, flyers, menus. Some of you know a little bit about my background. In the past, I have owned a mobile bartending company. So Canva is what I used to create my menus for a lot of my events. And some of my invoices as well. So just such a multifaceted tool. So I'm going to do kind of a really quick overview of the editor. And for those of you who don't know what Canva is an amazing design and editing tool that you can use to create graphics. So it's something that literally can take anyone and everyone and instantly turn you into a graphics designer as long as you have a little bit of an eye and can match some colors. So let's jump into it. I'm going to share my screen. If you see me looking back and forth, it's because I have multiple monitors down here. So uh, just be mindful of that. Alrighty. So here is the main Canva dashboard when you first log in. This is like your home page. And you have different types of projects that you can create. One thing I will mention, there are so many tools and things that you can use within Canva. There's no way that I can cover it in one video. Not even going to try. I'm going to try to make this a quick overview. But if there are things that you see in this and you want to kind of like delve deeper into that, I would honestly just encourage you to explore and poke around Canva on your own. If you come across specific questions, I'm more than happy to help. You can send me a message, you can put it in the comments. I'm more than happy to make other videos, more specific videos, if you see something that you're kind of interested in how to use it. So just want to throw that out there. So all of these icons up here that you can see, those are the different types of designs that you can do. So they have, different documents. You can use whiteboards, which is kind of like a think map or a mind map. It's kind of cool. You can, I'm not going to go into it in this video. Maybe I'll make a separate video on it. But it's just like kind of a blank space for you to be able to map out an idea or like workflows. It's a really cool thing that's relatively new to Canva. Presentations, think like PowerPoint presentations. Boom, you have it here. You don't even need PowerPoint anymore. Social media is probably one of the most utilized functionalities for Canva design in creating social media posts and scheduling social media posts. I have made another video about pre-scheduling social media posts. You can create videos in Canva. You can make print products. So you can use Canva to literally design your business cards or your stationery, your professional stationery for your business. You can use Canva to design flyers, and then you can actually print them. You can order them through Canva, or you can download your design and then have it printed wherever you like. One of the most recent things that Canva added, and I probably will do a completely separate video on this a little bit later, is Canva recently added websites. You can design a whole dang website using Canva. You can even host it with Canva using your own domain or a domain through them. This was insane, is a game changer. And I literally have a personal client of mine who is using, like, her main website is a Canva website, and it's working brilliantly for her. And all she pays for it is the $13 a month for the Canva Pro account. You do need a Canva Pro account to utilize the website function. So just a heads up on there. So there's just so many things that you can do. You can see I have social media highlighted right now. And just under social media, look at all these different things that you can do. Instagram Square, Facebook post, Instagram story, WhatsApp status, Facebook cover. This is a huge one. A lot of people use Canva to design the graphics for their Etsy store. That's a big one. Their Etsy product pages. I mean, literally the opportunities are endless. YouTube thumbnails, YouTube intros, animated social media posts, YouTube banners, Twitter posts, also TikTok. They have a TikTok size as well. Pinterest pins, LinkedIn background photo. Tons and tons and tons. So let's get into the editor really quick. Just go over some of the tools for design. So we're going to use an Instagram post, a square. So this is what the design dashboard looks like. Yours may look a little different because I do have the pro version. So I have some bells and whistles in here that I highly recommend. If you do any type of graphics work within your business, even if you're just using this to promote your own business and it's not necessarily that you're a designer working for someone else's business, still, this would be the best $13 a month that you could possibly spend for your business. It's an amazing investment because there's so much that you can do with Canva once you really understand all the tools and the bells and whistles. So in here, you have, if you click on design, these are all the templates that are already preset. There are literally thousands of templates in Canva that are already pre-designed, and you can take any of them, you can tweak it, you can change the colors, you can add your logo, you can change the photos, your text, really make it your own and brand it to your specific business. So we're just going to grab a random one so that we can use it as we're playing. I like to use a plain one like this. Okay, cool. I actually think I have a template like this on my Instagram page. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, so then the next tab here on the design toolbar is elements. This is where you're going to pull any of your shapes, any graphics, lines, like stickers, animations. It's all going to be under elements. All right, so let's say instead of these cute little 3 stars, you want to change it out for sunbeams, right? We're just going to use that as an example. So you can click on each star and erase it individually, or if you click and drag, you'll actually highlight multiple items at the same time, and you can delete them like that, okay? All right, and then you can use the search bar. So we'll come in here and we'll say sunbeams. Oh, sunburst, let's go with that. And so you're searching sunburst and it'll give you the answer. It'll give you the responses for graphics, for photos, for videos, for frames, all having to do with sunburst. So we wanted a graphic for it. So you can come in here and you can click any of these graphics. I'm just going to grab a random one. You can drag it. It is a drag and drop system, right? So you literally drag the element around and then you drop it and you can resize. You can pull it over here. If when you pull it in, there's a color square right here, that means that you can edit the color of this element. So you can click on here and instead you want it white, or if you want it light pink, we'll probably stick with white because it's not going to show up otherwise. So you can edit the color on it. If any of the graphics have multicolors, you'll see here is an example, and it'll literally pull up the however many colors are in the graphics. So then you can change them. You can still edit them respectively. So if you wanted to change them to your brand colors, it looks something like that. Kind of cool, kind of a cool feature. So, and then we'll just delete it back out. Okay, so that kind of covers elements. One thing that I wanted to point out under elements is frames and grids. You'll see that anything that has this little dummy image, that like the little rolling hills with the sky and the cloud, that basically will fill with a picture, with an image. So, and it will reshape the image to fit in this square. So it's cool because you can do frames in different shapes, and that's how you see the images that are in different shapes. It's because you can pull a shape like this over here, and then you can throw a photo into it, and the photo will take whatever shape of that frame. So if we take this photo, it literally fits it into the frame. Now, let's say that's not centered and you want to change it up. You can double click, and now you can drag that photo around. There, you can expand it, but you can only minimize it to a certain extent until two of the edges are touching, basically. Hope that makes sense. So, but you can drag it, you can center it, and then just click on the outside and it'll stay that way. And then you can drag the entire frame around. Okay, so that's how frames work. If you want to, let me put that back in. Now, let's say you want to take that picture back out. You can right click. It gives you a whole menu when you right click, and you can just say detach image, and then you can move that picture elsewhere. Okay, or you can delete it out. Alrighty. Same thing with this one. Let's say we're gonna drag this photo, and see the photo goes into the frame. It takes the shape of this frame. So you can see there's just so many things that you can do with this, just with those few tools that we've gone over. Okay. Sometimes you may have seen images that have letters that look like pictures. So I'm going to show you how they do that real quick. You would add these, whatever the letters are, we'll add in just ABC. Get this out of the way. So these are literally frames in the shapes of letters. And then you come and you grab your photos, and you can, based on what we learned in one of my last videos, that you can filter the pictures by color. So let's get all pink. No, we did pink before. Let's do all purple photos, right? And then we can literally pull these photos in. That is how people make the letters with photos inside. They're using letters that are actually a frame. Pretty cool. Cool feature. Alrighty, let's get rid of these guys. Back to elements. So that's all on frames, lines and shapes. So in terms of design, if you're wanting to change the design around, you can add in rectangles. You can change the color of the shape once you drag it in. You can manipulate the shape. You can use this to twist the shape, drag it to the side, and then you get these cool like abstract angles. Okay, things like that. Here are lines. This is a line right here. So they already have a line in, and you'll see as I'm dragging things around, you'll see the guide lines, see them, the pink lines, how they're popping up. Those are little guides to help you keep things centered, aligned. The inner box that was showing up, it was keeping a consistent like distance from the edge, so that you can see. And then if you're dragging this, you'll see the numbers show up so that you know when you're at a 90-degree angle, the length, it gives you all the measurements for all of that. So you can keep things really uniform and looking very clean. These are all the different shapes that you can put in, not just rectangles. So a lot of time right now, this is one that's trending. A lot of people are using this kind of like a window shape, and they're putting it like as a background behind something like this. You'll see this starts to look pretty familiar. And then you change the color, right? We've all seen that on posts recently. So that's how they're making this happen, guys. Alrighty. Okay. And then there are images, there are stickers, there are graphics. So anything that you want to add in, you just search it up. So let's say we're making this post about gardening. These graphics pop up. So like before, when I was showing you graphics that come up, if a color square shows up here, that means that you can edit the color of the graphic, so you can change it. However, if you get like one of these graphics that's a picture, oh, this one you can too. Strike that. Okay. However, if you get one of like these graphics that's a picture, it's not, see, the color squares are not going to show up because you can't change the colors of this graphic. It is what it is. That's how it's set. So, well, that's actually really cute. So that's how you can start utilizing stickers. They're called stickers or graphics. I think they're called stickers. And make some cute little design. Okay. All right. Another thing that I want to go over within Elements are grids. Grids are like pre-proportioned frames for photos. Like you can see all the different options here. The sizes are already set into the grid, and then you just drag and drop the photos into the grid. So this is an example, and you can have that fill up the entire square, or you can control it and make it smaller, put it in the middle, something like this, and then change the background color like that, and then you can add in your photos in the middle. Photos are down here. We still have that filter on, so we're going to take it off so that we get all types of photos. Alrighty, so then you can just drag and drop your photos into these preset grids, and then add text. You can add other images on it as well. Okay. Like I said, the size on this is preset. So if you try to resize it, it's going to stay proportionate. Okay, I can delete the whole thing. All right, now if you want to upload your own photos, obviously you're going to want to do that. So uploads right here, you can upload your files like so. And as you upload, it's going to keep your files here inside Canva. So let's say a week from now, you want to go back and reuse a photo that you used last week. You can find it here. It saves all of your photos there. I probably have about 50,000 uploaded photos in my Canva account because I use this all day, every day. So you upload your photos there. This can be your logo, graphics, photos. It can even be video, things like that. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to text. This is the next tool in your little tool dashboard. So one cool thing that you have is these preset font combinations. Now, anything in Canva that has this little crown is a pro feature, which means you have to have a Canva Pro account in order to utilize those features. If you have any questions on that, if you need help, if you want to know, is it really worth it? I'm more than happy to help. Just send me a message, put it in the comments. And also, if you need a Canva Pro referral link, there'll be one down in the description below. So if you do have a Canva Pro account, these preset font kind of like combinations are available to you. Some of them are still available without the Pro, like this thank you right here, the glow. As long as it doesn't have a crown, you can access it without a Pro account. And I think even if you do have a free account, but let's say you just want that one text, I think Canva has a way for you to purchase like item by item, but obviously if you do it that route, you could get up to $13 really fast. So you can use these and then just edit the text, and you can even change the font. But it's kind of cool. It takes some of the guesswork out of it. It's a big time saver. Then if you have the brand kit, like we covered in one of my last videos, your fonts will be saved here. So I had it on testing, which was not my actual, there's my brand kit. So it has my like subheading font already in here, and then I can just start designing, and it has my heading font as well and my body text. So those are there. All right. So if you are editing one of these designs, we'll go back to this one. And let's say you don't like this font, so you want to switch it, you want to change it to a different font. You can click on the font and highlight it. And the way that you change that font is up here. We'll go over this toolbar right here because I've been focusing just on the design toolbar on the side. So from left to right, this is where you change your fonts. You click on it, it will save your most recent fonts that you've used. It will give you even like magical recommendation fonts because Canva has gotten so smart. The technology of Canva is really advancing, and they'll start kind of like looking at the type of document that you're creating, and that will actually start giving you recommendations, which is kind of cool. So it has recommended fonts here, and then or you can search, like let's say you want to look up all script fonts, and it'll give you all of the different types of script fonts. So really cool. Just like the other elements, there are some of the font elements that are not available for the free account, but it's really easy for you to know which ones are pro and which ones are not, just with that little crown. Okay, and then next, this obviously is your size. So this is how you control the size of the text right here. This is to change the color of the text. So if you wanted to go for, more of like a teal or gray, that's where you would change the color of the text. This is how you make text bold. Not all of the fonts will allow you to use the bold and italicized feature, just because of the type of font that it is. So if it's not able to be bolded, the bold option will just be grayed out. It won't even allow you to click on it. Obviously, italics, to underline. This is a cool button that not a lot of editing software has. If you click on this button, it will make all of this text all uppercase, all uppercase, or normal, like one uppercase at the beginning and the rest lowercase. Righty. And then this button is for effects. This is effects on the text. So you can add a shadow to the text, and then you can even control how far offset, if you can see the change of those letters. go back to none. You can splice the letters. I mean, just a bunch of cool little design things that you can do in here. Okay. Animate is to like have the letters come in from the side. That's panning, rising to the top. Because if you do it like that, then the file will save most likely as an MP4. Let's try it actually. I haven't tried that before. So as soon as I added in the automation, now it gives me this play button. And then when I go to download it, it will save it. It's suggesting that you save it as an MP4 because there's movement to it. So the other option would be a GIF where it does still have the motion, but there's no audio. So that's how that is. Okay, let's get our design bar back. So those are the different automations that you can do. I'm going to take it off actually. Remove animation. Like, so cool. I can just play around with this. Position is if you want it like aligned to the left, if you want it centered right in the middle. Oh, let me go back here. To uppercase. So this is actually alignment, not position. Alignment, right now it is set to center alignment, or you can do left justified, you can do right justified, center. You can add in bullet points. Oh, there we go. This toolbar is very similar to what we know from like, any Microsoft Word or those types of programs that you're most likely familiar with. And then the position this is line spacing. So another one that's very Microsoft Wordsy. So this is to space out your letters, and then this is to space out your lines. Okay. And then next, this box right here is transparency. So let's say I want to add in a square behind the letters. And I'm going to make this square white. So I'm going to change the color. Now, this is important because now we're blocking everything. So what you need to use on this is the position, just like we were doing before when we were just talking about aligning it. But now these options are highlighted. So we're going to send it backward, backward, backward until we get it behind everything, right? So now it's behind letters, it's behind these stars, behind these stars. So then I don't like this contrast. It doesn't look good. So I want to make this box somewhat transparent. That's when you're going to make sure you're clicked on this element, click on transparency. And right now it's 100% solid. So we're going to drag this slider bar and you'll notice that the box gets lighter and lighter because it's getting see-through. So this is a good design tool if you have a busy image in the background, but you still want to put text on top of it. So let me show you what that would look like. We'll come over here to a photo. We'll just put some fun type of, let me put an office. This image in the back, right? But I want to put text here. So then I'll put a box and I'll play with the transparency until it's solid enough that my text pops, but not too solid that it completely blocks out the background. So that's an example of an application like that. You can also use the transparency on photos. So let's say, I want this box somewhat see-through, but I also want the photo somewhat see-through. So you click on the photo and then same thing, the transparency, and then it will lighten the photo. This is a cool design element to just kind of like soften things. It gives it a better aesthetic, a better look to it. So that's how you can use that tool. Okay. Alrighty, now let's say I'm if you're like trying to edit these stars and play around with them, you might accidentally click this box, and that can get kind of frustrating. So one thing that I want to point out is you can click on an element and then use this icon right here to lock it into position. So now I can go ahead and highlight these stars, but notice I didn't highlight this element. I can move them around and I'm not disturbing this guy because he's locked into place. Now, if I wanted to unlock him so I can move him again, then you just click this again, ×2, and then you can move and edit that element again. So I know we went through a lot, and believe it or not, we barely scratched the surface just because there's so much in Canva to unpack and so many just tools and tips and tricks to use it to really maximize this program for your business or for your project or whatever it is that you're using it for. The really cool thing about Canva is it's not just for business. A lot of people use it for like designing their baby shower invites or their wedding invites. So that's the thing. Its application is literally endless. So love that about this amazing tool. I hope this helped. I know we rushed through some things and we, like I said, barely scratched the surface as far as things that this program has to offer. So if you have additional questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comment section. I will help you in any way that I can. If you have any questions about setting up your Canva, or if you need help with any of your branding or marketing or all of the things, let me know. I'm happy to help. Hopefully you got some value from this and it will help you up level your business and just your life in general. Until next time, I hope you are doing amazing, and remember, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.